Trask is an interesting character because, I mean, he's functions as the villain, but he doesn't necessarily think of himself as a villain.
No.
How did you approach the character?
I don't think any of the great villains consider themselves a villain. It's a matter of perspective. But what he sees, what he's doing is a good thing for the world. He wants to save our species, our race, our people, worldwide, everyone that isn't mutant, because he sees, he's done his homework, he's researched the past and what's happened from, Neanderthal to Cro-Magnon, and he sees it coming, and wants to save everyone. So there's nothing evil about that from his perspective. But it comes at a great cost, obviously.
Did you look into the comics at all after you booked the role?
A bit, but, for me, especially working on another project that's based on source material, I have to, really narrow it down to the script itself and, the movies that have come before that I was a huge fan of. Yeah, with Simon and Bryan's character, the one that they drew of Bolivar Trask, there's different things you can draw on from the comic books, but it changes up quite a bit here and there. So I basically have the script as my source material.
Is there a different appeal for you as an actor taking on a project like this, a huge blockbuster, than, say, an indie or a more serious project?
I mean, the reality of it is obviously different. The finances are obviously different. But how you approach a character is always the same, especially with, the reason why these X-Men movies are so great is because each character is so fully drawn. And I don't know, I think, especially in the superhero comic book films, they're really changing. They're not what they used to be. They're really well written and complicated and dark. And I don't see I just see great writing whether the budget's $50 or $50 million. I don't see really a difference.
You're entering this franchise that has millions and millions of fans, but you're kind of used to that, obviously, entering Game of Thrones. Are you cognizant of the fan opinion and the fan reaction?
Yeah, I mean, every time I live in New York, every time you walk out your door, you get a reaction. But they're great. I love the fans of this genre, sci-fi, fantasy, comic book. They're really knowledgeable, which I love, which is helpful to me, because they know things I don't know about the smallest detail of these characters. So no, it's always positive, but it's hard to keep up with this changing world of the internet and all of that, because I'm pretty much a Luddite when it comes to that. I know how to play Words with Friends, and that's the extent of it. I look at my search history, and it's Words with Friends and emailing. I wouldn't know how to explore the web too much.
We should play Words with Friends later, because I'm on it. Let's exchange.
Great. Yeah, I forgot my iPad.
Oh, all right.
My only piece of technology, I forgot.
Great. Yeah, but last year you did double duty at Comic-Con for Game of Thrones and this. I mean, what does that create? I mean, that's got to be sort of a new experience these last few years. I mean, what has it been like?
It's a lot of fun. A lot of traveling, a lot of fun. Thousands of screaming fans, but again, I'm just a piece of a puzzle. I mean, these things are just massive, and you're part of a whole, which is which is so much fun.